All right, so the power of movement, the power of exercise. So physical activity helps improve digestion by reducing stress, increasing blood flow, massaging your bowels, and promoting regular bowel movements. Exercise is the foundation, one of the key foundations to having health. Without exercise, you ever heard that saying, when if you don't use it, you lose it? And that implies directly to exercise. If you ever see an old person when they go into old age home and they just sit, they lie in bed all day or just sit, they go from the life expectancy being 5 years to now like 1 year or 2 years just because they're not moving. The National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey did a study which quantified steps over a 7-day monitoring period and assessed mortality over an average of 10 years. Found that 51% lower mortality rate at 8,000 steps per day compared to 4,000 steps per day. Basically, what that is saying is that people that walked 8,000 steps or more per day lived lived twice as longer as people that walked 4,000 steps or less per day. So, walking, what is our goal? So, this all depends where you're at, what stage you're at, and this you can message me privately, you can put into the group. But I was at the point where I had to first start to just basically walking around the house, doing little things around the house. Then, once I did that for a week, then I could walk to the end of the street and come back. Then maybe I could walk, to the street and to the corner and then come back. Then a few days later, maybe I could walk around the whole block. But for a few days, 3, 4 days, I would do the same walk. Then I'd go a little longer. And I'll do that walk for 3, 4 days and I'd go a little longer the next time. And our ultimate goal is to get to 10,000 steps a day. 10,000 steps a day it's roughly around 5 miles and should take you about an hour and 40 minutes. And this should be broken up into 2 to 3 walks a day. Now, you can do it all at once, but we're going to work our way up there. And the goal is by the end of 2 months, you should be at around 10,000 steps a day. Now, I expect you to take almost this whole program before you're going to get to the 10,000 steps a day. You're going to be more around 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 for the first month. And from there, you're going to be expanding. And I don't want you to be doing any other exercise because, like I covered before, the body goes into um, a state of stress when we are exercising too hard. When we go into the gym and we lift heavy for an hour or more, or we go on a 7 mile run and we're pushing and pushing and pushing with everything we got. Our body is sick right now. Our body has a problem, specifically in the digestive area. And if we are pushing our body, using everything we have to fuel our muscles, fuel our ligaments, and at the end of those heavy workouts, our body is using all the nutrients that it gets throughout the meals through the day to heal the sore muscles, the sore joints that you've worked on thoroughly throughout the day. It's using all of that to repair those and not repair your illness, not repair your damaged gut, not repair your damaged colon, not to repair the walls on your intestines. So it's so important to start doing more gentler exercises so your body can use all the nutrients it needs to focus on healing the problem areas, not fixing new things that we're creating. And when we're trying to grow muscle, we are tearing our muscle in order for scar tissue to form and for it to grow a little bigger as it grows and as it repairs. And so we're breaking down our body when we push exercise really hard. So we want to be gentle on exercise. We want to do things like walking, and the next steps after this, we want to work on yoga. We want to work on things like Pilates, things like stretching. We don't want to do any high intensity exercise, any long distance exercise, any heavy weights. If we do weight training, it needs to be slow, it needs to be gentle. You can do heavy weight, but make it slow and make it gentle. But in the beginning, I'll ask you to just do walking for the first month. Just walking, preferably for the first 2 months. Just do walking and try to get to the 10,000 steps a day. You'll see weight fall off. Or if you're needing to gain weight, your body will regulate to what it needs to, because walking is our natural movement. We're not meant to be lifting extremely heavy weights for hours every day. We're not meant to be running for miles and miles every single day. Now we can, but when our body has other health problems, we need to let it focus on those health problems first. So another thing that walking does that's so vital and so important is that it massages our colon. So every time we step, our hips go up and down, up and down. It's pushing on our colon. It pushes this side, helps it move that way. It pushes this side, helps it move that way. And it goes up and down. And it's massaging our colon. As our body digests the food and it moves down our colon, it's helping it move in and out, helping it move in and out, nice and gently, allowing you to have perfect bowel movements and allowing your stomach to empty when it's supposed to. So ultimately, you want to start off with doing like a 5 to 10 minute walk after breakfast. If you can, do a 5 to 10 minute walk after lunch, then do a 5 to 10 minute walk after dinner. So after every meal, do like a 5 to 10 minute walk. Longer is better, but anything is great, even if it's just to the end of the street and back. And so that is our goal with walking. Remember, you want to start slow, work your way up. You don't want to push it. If your muscles are sore, you've done too much. You don't want to be sore the next day. And this is just during the healing phase. This is going to take no more than 2 months. This is just during the healing phase. You don't want to be sore when you work out. You want to allow every nutrient that's possible to focus on the problem area. And in this program, it's our gut, it's our internal organs. We need to stop forcing our body to do more than it can right now. So, other movements, like I said, are stretching, yoga, and Pilates. Um, Another great little tip is at the end of every day or after meals, if you can, go put your feet straight up on a wall. Lie flat on the floor, put your feet straight up, do that for 10-15 minutes. And that'll really help ease your digestion, ease your bloating, and even do that after walks. And doing stretches, like I love these, these resistant bands. These resistant bands are an amazing game changer for replacing weights for a while, just to help get some extra resistance while you're stretching, while you're moving throughout the day. And that sums it up for the movement section. So again, don't overdo it, don't over push it. Work on easy, simple movements and try go on 1, 2, or even 3 walks a day if you can. Walk and walk and walk and hit the 10,000 steps or hit your 2 hours a goal at the end of the 2 months. And if you have any questions, any concerns, please reach out. Hit us up in the Facebook group and drop all of your milestones. If you've been able to walk to the end of the street for the first time in a while, drop that in the group. We want to congratulate you. If you just did your first 1 mile, your first 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile walk, put it in the group. We want to congratulate you and we want to help you with any tips that we have. So the next one is stress. Stress is by far one of the biggest ones that saved my life during this period. So I hope you're super excited and thanks again.